I'm gonna cry. I don't know why if you cross this line.
I'm embarrassed to admit to you that my knowledge of the Alamo came from Pee-wee's Grand Adventure. That's what I know about the Alamo. Is that?
Well, no, right here behind us is a Holiday Inn. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. I have not been drinking.
So
if you find a Holiday Inn here, then you may help you know where we're at exactly.
Alamo Plaza. This doesn't match the map where we just came from, for the record. So I'm walking and I'm looking, I'm like, why are those two creeps standing in the window, staring out here, watching these guys do construction?
One of them has a gun, and he looks like someone that we used to know.
And I was totally freaked out. And then, oh snap, you know it's a road trip when Buc-ee's is involved. And today's road trip is brought to you by Lester Eugene Morrow Jr., my personal driver. This is a good road trip.
This is a big Buc-ee's.
Yeah, you've never been to this one?
I've never been to this Buc-ee's.
Oh yeah, this is a big old Buc-ee's.
Hey.
Well, hey y'all. I didn't get to look at you last time. I didn't get to talk like this. We are at Buc-ee's. I'm headed in. This is my favorite time of year to be at a Buc-ee's, simply because their holiday stuff is coming out. And I tend to do a little Christmas shopping at Buc-ee's. Come on. 'Tis the season to be at Buc-ee's. Look at how cute these are, y'all. How neat. That might be my favorite. Are you about ready to get off your tail, sir?
About time. Let's go.
I've had a very long day of meetings, and it is finally time to hang out and to explore. I've been sitting all day, so my legs are like in need of movement. I hope yours are.
I'm ready to go. Get a hat.
It's gonna be a good evening. Y'all come with us. That's not good. I just tripped over the carpet, and we haven't even made it out of our floor yet.
Good thing I was holding her up.
You did. You helped me up. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be totally fine. We are on the River Walk in San Antonio, and this is beautiful and scary all at the same time. And it's scary because I'll show you, when you're walking in certain parts of it, you are like right on the edge.
There's no rails.
Like there's no rails, there's no protection. It's kind of crazy. Did you figure out where we are?
Well, the red dot says we're here, but I don't see a red dot.
But we're not anywhere.
Unless we're here. But I'm looking for a red dot. Now I see a black dot.
Oh.
Could we be the black dot?
Yeah.
Oh.
I bet that's where we are. Because it probably like was a thing, a raised thing.
And then my biggest question is this over here. Is there one way? Is one side like a street where you should be walking that way and we're on the wrong side?
Oh my gosh, Lester, it probably is. We have probably done this
because
backwards.
there's no arrows to
You know
point.
what this is? This is a shrimp cocktail plant. I have one of these tiny little things. I didn't know it got that big. Anyway, carry on.
Well, no, right here behind us is a Holiday Inn. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. I have not been drinking.
So
if you find a Holiday Inn here, then you may help you know where we're at exactly.
Alamo Plaza. This doesn't match the map where we just came from, for the record.
Let's just keep walking.
Okay, that sounds great. No, really, it doesn't match anything. This is something, friends. We're going on a real adventure. We have no idea where we are. We just know
we're gonna stay on the river.
We're gonna
stay on the river. It'll be fine.
Following. It reminds me of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate River and the Oompa Loompas. That's what it reminds me of. Don't fall in because it'll suck you up. You'll be like.
The whole big crowd going. Either they're going the wrong way or we are.
I'm pretty sure that we are not doing the right thing. This is terrible, Lester. This is not meant for two-way traffic. Now, somebody's clever because they took off the don't. I'm 99% sure nobody wants them fed. How cool is this? So there's stairs going down to the river because you can actually ride in a boat down the river.
Street level is above the river walk.
That's even crazier. So this is dynamically different than anything I've experienced before. Is it to mimic a city or a place, do you know?
Like that place
like
in France?
Sicily or
no,
something
not
like
Sicily.
that?
Is it not Paris. Where's that place where those guys do the little...
The gondola.
Where's
Is it
that
meant
place?
to mimic that?
What place is that?
I don't know. We're going to have to look it up.
Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah. We're going to need to look that up. Our geography is pretty terrible, Lester. Hey.
It's really crowded over here. Look how many people are along this stretch.
Oh, boy. So this must be a good one. There's all kinds of restaurants. We're on like the side that has a bunch of hotels, I feel like, and the restaurants are kind of across. We just saw a restaurant called the Tokyo Cowboy. I'm not real sure what that means, but they had both English writing and Japanese writing as well. In true Texas fashion, there's a star. The landscape is just stunning here. Palm trees. Big old pines. I'm gonna stop right here for a second.
Cypress tree.
That's a cypress?
Yeah.
Gosh, it's beautiful. Oh, there's a carriage
ride.
up there. I hate that for the record, but at least it's not New York City. That boat is loaded.
Yeah.
I would be nervous on that ride. How neat.
Miss Congeniality was filmed over here.
Oh, well, what do you know about that?
800 people can fit over here on the steps.
Beautiful.
And they have a stage over here, and it was in the movie Miss Congeniality.
That's really neat. Good morning. It's day 2. We have about 45 minutes before I have to get started. So I thought we'd go grab coffee together. You know, you want to have coffee. You love coffee. Plus be able to see this place in the daylight because I have yet to experience that. So anyway, I have 45 minutes before I have to get started. Then Lester has 4 hours to himself today.
I'm Daniel. I'm Daniel today. When I travel, I am not Lester. I'm Daniel.
Daniel, who I slept next to last night. That's weird. Has 4 hours to himself today. What are you going to do today?
I'm going to sit at the bar and just sip until you come back.
Lester Morrow is going to sit still for 4 hours.
I will sit still.
That's a lie. Come on, let's go. So this morning, I have convinced Lester to stay up top because I wanted to see what all the hustle and bustle was up top. It turns out San Antonio is actually a pretty dang big city with lots of buildings who are very, oh my gosh,
Wrong.
who are quite old. And I'm not talking about me and Lester. I'm waiting. Sheesh.
Let's go here.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's go. 2 seconds, Lester. Second gear it. So they have those scooters that you can rent.
And that's what I'll be doing today. I guarantee you.
Wait, I thought you were staying at the bar or the hotel the whole day.
Yeah, but to get
resting.
to the bar,
Oh.
I'll take one of those.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, you have to scan them. You have to scan them with the phone. That's how you charge with your phone.
Oh. Very interesting. We walked by a Starbucks after we purchased coffee at a place called the Blue Grocer.
Head north on North St. Mary's Street toward East Houston Street.
Is there a Subway here? Not like the restaurant. There's not an underground rail system here, right?
No. Riverwalk, babe.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, look. That building is what I saw last night when we came around the bend in the...
Oh, the Drury?
Oh, St. Mary's Catholic Church. This is a beautiful church. Let me show you. Ben would be so jealous of me right now. Hey, we were here last night. So what I learned is that the city built this waterway and it is controlled by a major river. And of course it's a tourist space, but it's an industry space as well. So people have jobs and it's a beautiful place for them to come and walk. I haven't figured out how exactly long it is. It's long. Lester and I walked not even half of it last night and we're both worn out from it.
I'm not worn out. I have a knee issue.
All right, my feet hurt because I wore tall shoes, okay?
You got blisters.
I did get blisters. Not today, though. I saved my work shoes for later. Just a quick little walk this morning, but it sure is beautiful.
Funny story is your reasoning for wearing shoes that you knew were going to hurt your feet. You said, how do I look? I said, you look really cute. Because you had a cute top, pants, jeans.
And booties, high-heeled booties on.
And then you says, these shoes are going to kill my feet. I'm like, well, put on your tennis shoes. And you're like, I'll never wear tennis shoes with a cute top.
It's true. That's true. I won't. I'm not at that point in my life.
Your feet.
Yeah.
Make sure you had a cute top.
Yeah. Hey, that's what women do. And I did it a lot more in my younger days. I would wear stiletto heels to places like that. I have moved on to the wedge heel booty, okay? So that's progress. And they didn't hurt the bottom of my feet. It only hurt because I didn't put socks on and they rub my toes weird. So I'm fine today. They don't hurt today. The tennis shoes are gonna be fine. And the shoes that I have for work are peep toe shoes. It's gonna be totally fine. So I'm piecing things together. This is a bridge that actually drives over the river. And we walked by the Hard Rock Cafe last night. So this is the street level entrance next to Fat Tuesday. And down at the river, it has another entrance. So these buildings are actually several floors taller than what they appear. So I'm walking and I'm looking, I'm like, why are those two creeps standing in the window staring out here watching these guys do construction?
One of them has a gun and he looks like someone that we used to know.
And I was totally freaked out. And then behind it, if you notice, that's a Trump head and a Biden head. And lo and behold, I'm at Ripley's. Oh, it is Keanu Reeves.
This is Ripley, believe it or not.
Huh. And Ryan Reynolds.
Wax creature. Come this way. Look, this is probably
I was so weirded out. It's a waxworks. Well, everything feels closed, including the Alamo.
Over 250. But this is important. Everyone thinks that the Alamo is this massive structure. It's very tiny. Come here. I'll see if I can find it for you. We can get a better view of the Alamo is actually very small.
Really?
And in every picture, it always looks larger than life. This big, massive.
Yeah.
And in reality, it's very small.
I'm embarrassed to admit to you that my knowledge of the Alamo came from Pee-wee's Grand Adventure. That's what I know about the Alamo, is that he had to get to the Alamo.
Well, I'm so sorry, but the Alamo is closed.
To get his bike back.
Oh, actually, it may be open. But, well, they're closed now, but this is the Alamo.
It is small.
It is small, ain't it?
How crazy. Huh.
Oh,
That church
awesome.
is beautiful.
Everyone says the same thing.
Huh.
So they're doing a lot of renovations around this area.
They sure are.
Good morning.
Lots of work.
It's the Alamo. I thought it would be a lot bigger. Well, you're actually walking the Alamo right now. So we're all a part of the Alamo right here. Yeah, that's just the church. But is that what we always see the pictures right here at the front? It just seems like it would be like this massive structure. Yeah. So, but it's this will all be Alamo ground. Okay. And they're doing a lot of renovations right now. It's beautiful. Very historic here. Thank you.
I feel like I'm in
history.
Yes.
All right, so let me just kind of take you back. Even though we're here in San Antonio at the Alamo, it didn't really start here.
Okay.
Independence for Texas actually began in a small place a few miles down the road called Goliad. Goliad was a Mexican garrison where they had a cannon.
Okay.
Because it was a garrison, a fort for the Spanish Mexican soldiers. Whenever the Texans says, you know what, we want to be independent from you guys, we want to have our own state, our own country, the Mexicans were very upset. They went to Goliad to get their cannon back.
Oh.
Well, the Texans were already there. They'd already taken the Mexican soldiers out, and when the soldiers surrounded the garrison, and they said, hey, we want our cannon back, they rose a flag, they fired off the cannon at the soldiers, and that flag read, come and take it.
That's where
It's
that
a
came
black flag.
from.
You've ever seen that flag?
Yes.
Okay. So that was really what sparked everything, okay? Well, Mexicans were not very happy about that. And General Santa Anna sent his troops into that small garrison and killed every man, woman, and child inside.
Oh.
Took their cannon back. But that right there, you might say the battle cry of those unfortunate souls who wanted to see Texas become an independent country of their own, right? And so the same way that when we saw the hurricane flooding or you saw 9/11 and everyone felt this need to help,
Yes.
all across the country, the United States at that time, people had this desire to help these poor Texans over here.
Oh.
So people came from all over, people like Davy Crockett, Jim Bowie, so many famous people you may have heard of in history all came to Texas with friends and family to help defend Texas from this Mexican army.
Oh.
Well, now we're here at the Alamo. You can spin around, and at this part over here, there was a little bit larger Texas army, and this was where the Mexican army were marching up to.
Oh.
Because this was also one of their garrisons or forts or whatever they would call it at that point, an outpost. And inside the Alamo were the likes of Davy Crockett. You've all heard of Davy Crockett.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the knife maker, Jim Bowie.
I never heard of Jim Bowie.
So get this. So William Travis, who was the leader of this small Texas army, he knew that the Mexicans were coming, and they were surrounding the city, the Alamo, where they all held up. It was more of a Spanish church, believe it or not, at that time, a Spanish mission, okay?
Oh.
But it was fortified. So what Travis did was send an envoy to meet the army and ask for their demands. Well, they want the place abandoned. They want all their stuff and everything else, or if not, they're going to come in and do what they have to do. So William Travis called everyone together, and at that point, there were women, there were children, there were slaves, there was a lot of folks there, over 150 people. And Travis drew this line in the sand with a sword, and he says, "The Mexicans have told us if we stay, they're going to come in and kill us all." He goes, "But I give you my word, anybody who wants to leave and go back to your families, go back, to your businesses, go back to wherever you come from, by all means, you can do that, and there'll be no shame whatsoever. But," I'm going to cry. I don't know why if you cross this line. Why do I, what's wrong with me? And choose to defend this place. We will die. And guess what? Every one of them men crossed that line. And they died.
Oh no, that's horrible.
They died.
That's horrible.
But it was such an amazing battle. And the Texans who were here, those early, well, I don't know, they weren't even Texans really, because there was no, Texas as a country at that point. Why am I emotional, Jamie?
I don't know, but you're making me emotional now. In both eyes, not just one.
But here's the crazy thing. These guys did not have to be here. They had wives and families and careers. Davy Crockett was a politician from another state. I don't know what state. He was a politician.
Wasn't Davy Crockett from like Kentucky?
I think so. He was a mountain man. I mean, he has an amazing career.
Maybe Tennessee.
And he chose to stay here and fight.
That's
Isn't
crazy.
that crazy?
Yes.
And just powerful.
Yes.
And
So
I just love people like that.
it's really
But this over here is what you kind of recognize as the Alamo.
yeah. That's what's in Pee Wee Herman.
But in reality, the Alamo is a very large structure. It's a very large structure.
That has been taken over by a city, sadly.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, but there were barracks for your soldiers. This is the actual mission part, or the little church part over here.
So this shows a little bit of what it would look like had it still existed. And
Oh, yeah.
and we're
Right
standing
here.
right here.
So
So
here's
what
the
you
little
really see left is this, and
They're messing around with a
And
lot of this over
this.
here, trying to do stuff with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is where we were just standing, where that cannon was, and we walked to be in this courtyard. So this piece right here is what is no longer a part of it.
But what's cool is there was one particular fella, I don't know if it was Bowie or Travis, who had gotten sick. And he was put into one room for quarantine. And he couldn't come out of that room. But when the soldiers attacked, and when the battle was finally over, He was discovered inside that room with 13 dead soldiers that he had killed single-handedly.
Oh my gosh.
Before they ended up getting him. Isn't that crazy?
So
Just the fight that people had.
This is like the fort part of it, but you can see there were little homes as outbuildings out here as well. That's pretty crazy.
More than likely, just like servants and
well, that's what I mostly meant
mission.
that like these, because you look at this and you're like, did everybody sleep in the church? No, they slept out here until it became time to defend it, I guess.
So the place was built by the Mexican army. But you know, this story
It was also apparently torn down by the Mexican general.
as soon as the battle was over. Yeah. Like, oh, you ain't doing that again.
Crazy.
We ain't doing that again. No way. Not on our watch. This is a beautiful story. Texas has a beautiful story behind it. But my question is, what's wrong with you? Why did I get emotional?
I don't think we're going to solve that in this video, to be really honest with you. I don't really feel like that's in the cards.
Sick man, y'all. I am a sick man. You're looking at a sick man here.
Yeah, so in the movie Pee-wee's Grand Adventure,
Oh, Jamie.
Pee-wee's bike was in the basement of the Alamo, and you want to know what?
What?
There's no basement in the Alamo, in case you wanted to know. And he went all across the country to get here. And that is how I learned. Because in Texas, you all learn about your history. In Illinois, we don't learn about Texas history. I'm so sorry.
And there were 2 different years where your history was focused only on Texas.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, 1 year in high school and 1 year in...
So also in the state of Texas in school, you also say the Pledge of Allegiance, but the Texas pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. And every morning in school, you not only say to the flag, the United States, but you also say the Texas flag.
That's really crazy to me. Whenever you were still teaching and I watched you do that, I was like, excuse me, what? What is that? We don't have an Illinois pledge, but we've never had the history that Texas does either. I'm curious as to what that is right there.
What, the trees?
No, that church. Is that a church?
Oh, yeah, surely.
It's beautiful. What a neat history, though.
Yeah. And I love the fact that it's very well preserved, and you can see all the National Guard and the soldiers, the police that are here to protect it.
Yeah, and they are continuing to restore it and
here there's actually a tour guide who's giving people a guided tour of the Alamo.
Smart.
It's pretty cool.
It's beautiful. Wow.
You got to go pretty soon.
We are headed home. Let's not judge my dirty windshield right now, because beyond the dirt, Lester, is Buc-ee's. Now this Buc-ee's is special because it is said to be the largest Buc-ee's in the world. And well, who could pass that up, Lester? We're going. We're going right now to the largest Buc-ee's, and we're gonna see what's the difference between this one and any other Buc-ee's. Oh man, that's
size matters, Jamie. Size matters.
Speaking of size matters, look at that monster house right there. Holy moly! It's very large. It has a lot more gas pumps, which is great because we need gas.
Yep.
We have to purge our previous Buc-ee's merch to make room for whatever it is.
There's even more construction going on.
Oh,
it's already the biggest Buc-ee's in the world, and they're adding more.
Bigger is better.
Jamie? Bigger is better. Wow. Look at this place.
This is crazy town.
And every gas pump is full.
Seriously.
People cannot pass this place without stopping.
It's us. We are the people.
No, look, there's something weird that says you cannot pass this place, Buc-ee's, without stopping. You have to, there's a gas pump. I'm just going to back up into it.
Yeah, good call, because I'm pretty sure there weren't any more. All right, y'all.
Give me a break.
We're going in. Dun, 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 dun. That's not the song I meant to sing. It's not the one. All right, so it is by far the biggest Buc-ee's I've ever been to, like times 5 at least. Every single season, they have a new shirt design. Holy moly. Holy moly. I know that I've already been to one Buc-ee's, but this Buc-ee's has way more, and we're gonna do a little Christmas shopping here. They have chocolate honey. I don't know, whipped honey. That looks delicious. This is awesome. This is so incredibly true. There's something about the way that they lay things out and have presentations set up. Oh, these are bird feeders. That's really cool. Big fan of the Buc-ee's, y'all. This is one of my favorite lines. It's Junk Gypsy. And I guess it's because it speaks to me in some way. We're not in the middle of nowhere, but we can see it from here. And I love, like, that is just, it's very me. Kiss my grits. Not all who wander are lost. Thelma and Louise. She was made of whiskey and wildflowers. Like, I don't know. Well-behaved women merely make history. Y'all need Jesus. Everything is like bohemian country, like it is blame my gypsy soul. All things that, I don't know, I just very much love. Look at those cool canisters. If I was a canister kind of gal, those might be mine. Okay, so I have one Christmas gift for my grandma, whipped honey. And this is lunch and breakfast. We have a peach cobbler, a sausage biscuit, crackers. This is Lester's favorite, sausage and cheese. But I'm walking by and I have to point out, can we talk about these pecans here? Look at how big they are. What's wrong with the pecans that are at my house? Because they're like the size of my fingernail. And this is unbelievably huge. Thank y'all so much for going on a quick turd and burn adventure with us. I'm home now. It's time to feed. Let's get to